A cording foot by name could be a little deceiving, but it has a little tiny hole right on the front, which you can run a cord, wire, or even fish line. Now fish line, I do about a 25-pound test, and that's how they get those really scrolly edges on the edge of like a chiffon. They kind of stretch it as they go on a bias strip. But I'm going to show you how you can make French ribbon by the yard. So we are set up for a rolled hem. So we have the right needle in. The stitch finger has been pulled forward. The stitch length has been shortened, not all the way, but a nice amount, so it's a little bit more closed up, shorter stitch. The lower looper tension has been tightened as well, down to about 7. So this cord, you can go ahead, or this wire, I should say, is just a 24 gauge wire. I usually just use a brass wire is what I can find at my hardware store. And we can go ahead and feed it down and kind of down and underneath. There's a little finger in here. Maybe let me do this. Let me put it into the foot before I put it on the machine, and you can see where I'm going, because it does have a little extra hole right here. So we've done the front, and that hole you can slip it in, so once it's on the machine you don't have to feed it down and through. But there's this little finger. I'm going to slip it down and underneath, so it will come out the back little guide and in that groove. So it's guided perfectly as we go, and of course keeps it away from the knife. We don't need to be cutting our wire with our serger knife. That's not going to be good for the blade at all. So we'll just go ahead and put that on. All right, little extra wire out the back if you'd like, and just follow along like a regular rolled hem. Just this time you're kind of inserting a little something on top of that. But you don't have to hold the wire. Just make sure that it continues to get fed off whatever spool is holding. This is what mine looks like. It's kind of in my lap. So I'm going to just untwist this as I go. But if we wanted to make French ribbon, we're going to go ahead and go down one side, get all the way to the end, and then down the other. You're going to find that if you, and I'm pulling on the back, more not really pulling, but just kind of keeping the wire from pulling out. Sometimes I'll even crimp it back up here at the beginning, so once again it can't just find its way and get pulled out of place. Here, let's go ahead and just do both sides. I'll show you what I do. You could take a beautiful piece of some of the not decorator, but like, well, you can do decorator fabrics too. You could do anything, but like a nice satin or something in the bridal section of your fabric stores, the real shiny or slippery fabrics, and you can put the wire edge along, just cut it into strips, put it along the edge, and you can have bows for any event. You could do a decorative Christmas tree, and then at the end of the season you can just untie all the bows and then let them kind of hang out in your Christmas box, for example. And next year, just iron them flat and retie them. So something that you could reuse each year. So if you can't find that exact color, you want to be not like the normal ones you can find like at Hobby Lobby. Why don't you go a little bit more and make your own? So this is what you have. You've got a beautiful piece that is completely shapeable, moldable, and it'll stay for the entire event. Tie it up into a bow and you're ready to go.